What's up, beautiful people? I'm Erin, and this is Erin on Demand. And today I'm going to share with you everything I write off as a full-time content creator and entrepreneur. Now, I am on a mission to become a multimillionaire in 1 year, and a big part of that is keeping my finances organized and making sure that I write off everything I can for taxes. This video is sponsored by TurboTax, where you can hand off your taxes to a trusted expert matched to your unique needs. Now, who doesn't love a nice juicy tax refund? I know I do, but I definitely do not have the time for the complicated and confusing tax filing process. With TurboTax, you will get matched with a trusted expert and have your taxes prepared as soon as today. That way, you can get back to doing all the things to make the money, creating content, running your business, everything else. You can file through my link by April 15th and get 15% off of TurboTax. Now let's get into the list of things that I write off. As a content creator, I always write off gear. This is cameras, tripods, lenses, mics, lights, everything that I use to create content. I write it off. I also write off software and apps. So this is editing apps, scheduling platforms, Canva or graphic design platforms, any apps that I pay for to run my business, I write them off. Web design, anytime I hire a web designer to revamp my website or to create any branding for me, like a logo or any templates, I write that off. I also write off educational resources like courses or memberships. So if you're in my creator college, that can be written off. I also write off books that I purchased to learn more about entrepreneurship. So all of that gets written off. Office supplies is a big one. Anything that I use on a day-to-day, pens, printer paper, printer, all of that stuff written off. Work travel. Emphasis on the work. I'm actually traveling for work right now, so I am going to write off the hotel stay. I'm also going to write off any Ubers or rental cars. I also write off work lunches or dinners, any work meals, which leads me to work meals. You can write off work meals as long as you are working during that meal. If you're meeting with a client or with a team member and it is a work-related meal, then you can write that expense off. Also, gas mileage. So if you are driving to the airport or driving to a meeting for work travel or for a work lunch, then that is able to be written off as well. Marketing related photo shoots or video shoots, I always write these off. If I hire a photographer or if I rent out a photography studio to take the photos, I will write that off as well. Phone expenses is another write-off. And legal services, bookkeeping, or even tax preparation services, all able to be written off. So for legal, if I have an attorney write contracts for me, if I need to consult with my attorney for anything, I write all of that off. Copyrights, trademarking, all of that stuff is able to be written off. Bookkeeping services. You guys know my mother does all of the bookkeeping for Erin on Demand, and I write off her services as well as TurboTax. So if you're going to use TurboTax services, you can write TurboTax services off. I have products, so I write off the costs of goods sold for my products. And I work in a home office. I did actually have my own office space at one point in time, which I wrote that entire rent expense off. But since now I work in my home office, I actually write off a percentage that home office is in the entire square footage of my house. I write that percentage of our square footage off. And I write off all of the furniture that I purchased for my home office. This includes my desk chair, my plants, my jumbo calendar, any decor in my office, my rugs, all of that written off. And if you decide to remodel your home office, all of that is able to be written off. So if you have a fresh coat of paint, if you do an accent wall, if you do any type of home repairs in your home office, that can be written off. Now, these are the things that I'm able to write off as a full-time content creator and entrepreneur. However, it is very important for you to match with a tax expert, which is why I think TurboTax is such a great resource for you, because they will match you with a trusted expert for your unique needs. The list of things that you can write off is going to vary based upon the type of business you have, which is why I think it's really important to pair with a tax expert, honestly. This is a good list to start with, and especially if you're a content creator, to help you realize some of the things that you can write off so you can be a little bit more strategic in organizing your finances and knowing what you can write off. Now, when it comes to building wealth, I think it's really important to have your taxes under control, to know all the things that you can write off, because it makes a huge difference in your overall ability to build wealth. So I'm really excited for this year's tax season. I cannot wait to see how much stuff we can write off, because taxes, whew, tax season is not my favorite, but we all have to go through, we all have to pay our taxes because we don't want no problems with the IRS, okay? I hope this video was helpful. If there are more things that you are able to write off in your business, I know a lot of people get really creative. So leave a comment if there's anything you feel is missing from this video. I'm sure there are a lot more things that you're able to write off. These were some of the more straightforward things that I think can apply to a lot of different types of businesses and entrepreneurs. But let me know in the comments, because we are a community over here and we are all here to share our experiences and ideas. So I love you guys. Thank you to TurboTax for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check the link in the description. And if you file with my link by April 15th, you will get 15% off of TurboTax. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.